Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome. So we're here today with Fragments, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart song featuring Freeced and Oxygen. Okay, interesting. So Ratchet & Clank, as I always do with these videos, first of all I want to start by saying my how much I know of this particular series, because you know we've listened to plenty of the Stupendium songs, and a lot of times I have no idea what on earth the series is about. Sometimes I have an idea what the series is about, and sometimes I actually have played the series. Well, with this one, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, I've not played Rift Apart. I have played Ratchet & Clank, I don't know which one it was. It was the one for the PlayStation 2, alright? All I remember really is there was a pier, and or harbor or anything of that sort, and like you had to get from one side to the other, and I really enjoyed that game, although I don't remember much of it anymore. Kind of like Crash Bandicoot and Ratchet & Clank, where sort of I put them into like a mix basically. So like every time I think of Ratchet & Clank, I think of Crash Bandicoot, and every time I think of Crash Bandicoot, I think of Ratchet & Clank in that kind of sense. So it's one of those situations where they kind of are the same thing of me. So I was just about to say, like at the beginning, I played Ratchet & Clank The Wrath of Cortex, but now that's Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex. So yeah, I have played Ratchet & Clank. I don't remember it all that well. Now it's a series that I do still like because I played it as a kid, right, and I enjoyed it as a kid. It's ultimately a series that I like, despite the fact that I can't remember it at all, and despite the fact that I haven't played any of the new ones. So that's kind of the mentality and the way I'm looking at this going into this. So obviously there'll be a lot of lines that I'll miss, a lot of bars that I'll miss, but hey, it wouldn't be the first time. It wouldn't be the first time, and it's definitely not going to be the last time. With that said, though, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to hop right in. As I always say, though, please support the official creators. In this case, the Stupendium. This video is on his channel, as well as Freeced and Oxygen. I'm not sure if it's Oxygen or it's just Oxygen. I'm actually not 100% sure. But yeah, with that said, let's hop into Fragments, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart song. Let's get ready to rock and roll.
Oh my. Ratchet, the Dimensionator has sent us to a dimension where not everybody is subscribed to the Stupendium. Quickly, hit the red button to send us back.
Oh, that's loud. Oh, that was loud. Oh, that was loud. One second. I'm trying to figure out, like, what instrument was it? It sounded like... I mean, it sounded like the keyboard. But I'm not actually sure. What instrument? It sounds like a chord is being played, but it's also being distorted in a way. Maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I'm just tripping. Who cares? That sounds like a synthesizer.
So things seem stable. It's beginning to all make sense, but on the periodic table, equilibrium ain't that dense. So you
hey, let's not start getting into the periodic table, my friend.
on the periodic table, equilibrium ain't that dense. So you trouble every playbill. You've been living as a main event.
Man, this game sure looks so much better than what I remember from my childhood. I must I must say, grander and bigger in scope. How is the game? Let me know, someone. I might purchase a PlayStation, I'm assuming PlayStation 5. I might purchase a PlayStation 5, just try it if people say it's a good game. If people say, yeah, it's not that good, then, you know, there's no point. You know how it goes, though.
You've been living as a main event. Live a life on red carpet. You can't be surprised when you ask where the rug went when it's pulled out from under your feet. Launching the race to confronting defeat. Jumping the rain until nearly a street.
Sorry. I always apologize for pausing, and I will keep pausing. Obviously, that's just the way I watch these videos. Unfortunately, for some people, fortunately for others, I really like the which I'm assuming is a synthesizer being played in the background. I think it's a techno vibe that I'm thinking of, but it really gives me like this techno vibe.
Living as a main event. Live a life on red carpet. You can't be surprised when you ask where the rug went when it's pulled out from under your feet. Launching the race to confronting defeat. Jumping the rain until nearly a street.
And that's just giving me some insight into the story.
Maybe it ain't quite as grim as it seems. get to choose the loose screws you inherit. Together you've got the tools to repair it.
Okay, sorry. Interesting. I'm getting a lot of lore here, which I'm happy about.
You inherit. Together you've got the tools to repair it. Might just be a long backs with a wrench. I was sat on the bench, now I'm back with a vengeance. Smash my dimensions, a ratchet suggestion. Mechanical emperors should cash the pension. Graduate from the...
And that makes sense. Rift Apart, that makes sense with the beginning as well, with like the whole, oh, we're in a different dimension where where people haven't so clear. Okay, I get it now.
Back with a vengeance.
They confuse it with the white one.
Dimensions, a ratchet suggestion. Mechanical emperors should cash the pension. Graduate from the school of harder knocks and the grade A plates and the carbon knocks. When I take straight aim when my blaster shots, the reports say rain was about to bust.
Now this song it's a vibe. Look, it's a vibe, alright? It's a vibe. This is one of those songs that... Sorry, this is one of those songs that, you know, the Stupendium has a lot of different songs, but this is one of the songs where, some of his songs are songs where, like, I could imagine, like, listening to it in just, like, a party or something. This is one of those. This is one of those songs that I could just imagine myself, like, listening to in a party or something. You know, just like, it's a good vibe. That's kind of what I like. It's just, like, the beat is fine, and then, like, the way he's, stretching his words sometimes, especially towards the ends of sentences, just makes it a very fun thing to listen to. Even though a lot of the lines are going over my head because I'm not familiar with the story at all, although I'm getting obviously some context clues from what is happening and from what he's saying, of course, but like that's never gonna fill in for this for actually playing the game and, you know, knowing about the game.
And the grade A plates and the carbon knocks when I take straight aim when my blaster shots, the reports say rain was about to bust. When realities collide,
I mean that's kind of what Clank is all about.
You're wielding the sprinkler, world's what you make, your fate's not ingrained, every crack in the paint, still a piece of the picture.
I like that.
In the paint, still a piece of the picture.
I like that. Could have gone with Frame as well, but
Every crack in the paint, still a piece of the picture.
I like that. Look at this futuristic world, though.
Look past the pieces and you see there's more adventure to seize. Don't believe it, then you think in one dimensionally.
I feel like I need a boombox here, just like.
The one that you intended to be. Well, a rivet's what you need when things might tear at the seams. It's your turn to revolt in every turn of the boat.
Ooh, okay.
On your shoulders, then turn it to gold when you've crashed into fragments.
He's got some Midas touch. I'm sorry. This is gold. This is quite gold. This is quite gold. This is a very nice song. And very just. This is like the kind of things that I expect to listen to, not like a radio when I'm like driving or something, and I'm just like turning the radio. This is kind of what I expect to hear. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Can be warped. Full schemes cut off lights and jean shorts.
No, it's not auto-tune. There's definitely a effect being used here to make it seem a lot more, you know, like the futuristic effect that's being done on voice. I don't know what effect it's being done here with like the or maybe it's just an accent. I'm not actually, I don't think it's just the accent. It's like there's a different time we're seeing the scene in the pod. Now you know the word. What I'm saying is like you know, it's, I don't know what you call it, but it's like a I don't know what you would describe that effect as. So I'm not even gonna pretend to know.
Some schemes around low can be warped. Full schemes cut off lights and jean shorts. Keep tracking them down on the heat source. Lazy the keen source means a machine source.
Okay.
Keep breathing, it's all gonna pass in the season. Believe in a call and a flash in the pan and release it. Let a thought stop with a dash. You leave it all looking real small.
This game, yo, this looks fun. This game looks. Look at all the mechanics and the different aspects of it, different style. This right here just looks like, whoa. Look at this beautiful world, and then just like this flash dance.
You leave it all looking real small in the past. A shatter bomb to your artwork can make it feel like your heart bursts. It's hard to know what to start first. Each step becomes a departure, and you may feel like a drifter. Resistant place in the mixture. Is this a crack in the
Beautiful this game is.
Another piece of the picture.
Look how beautiful this game is.
Another piece of the picture.
I did like the different kind of energy that I'm not sure who it is, whether that's Freeze or whether that's Oxygen. I'm assuming Freeze. Just a completely different vibe. Now, you know what, right? This song is the most my memory is not the best, right? But as of right now, this song is, in my mind, it's the most radio-like hit song that I've listened from the Stupendium so far. That's kind of how I would describe this one. Just like the most radio-like hit song. And I know it's not a genre, but that's basically the best way I can think of describing it, right? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. That's just kind of the way I'm thinking of describing it, right? Midas touch, as I was saying earlier. I kind of want to play this now. I kind of want to play this now. But I'm always wary with games like these, because these can just be horrible. So I'm always waiting to hear from people, see what it is.
There's one thing rarer than raritania. That's a faith that don't seem alien, no matter how long you've been on that.
Look, I haven't studied science in a long time, but I'm like 95% sure that raritanium isn't an actual thing. Just 95%. 95%. We'll leave it at 95%, which is basically as close to 100% as you could get. But 95% sure. 95% sure.
One thing rarer than raritania. That's a faith that don't seem alien, no matter how long you've been on that grind. Life's soon found ways of derailing. Any info bot will say the same as can. If a legacy's planting seeds, you'd better believe I'm leaving these enemies in leaves and geraniums. No chance may choose our canvas, only we can paint the hues. But your flaws don't mean you're broken, they're just deeper shades of you.
I like that. Look, that's a great motivational line. I always say something very similar whenever I talk to people, and whenever I get to know them and they're like, oh, I've got so many flaws, I always just say, well, they're not really flaws, they're just nice personality traits to have. We all are different. None of us, we all wish to be perfect, but none of us are. We all have faults, we all have, positives to us and negatives to us, and that just makes our characters. That's just, makes who we are. Basically he just said it differently, but saying it with the same meaning that I usually say it as well.
Combination of Sagan and Bob Ross. No mistakes when replaying the cosmos. The things seem grey. It's the start of a gradient. Can't make hay without raking the compost. Dimensions, fragmentum.
I like that. Basically just another way of saying, what's that phrase? You can't make without breaking a few pots. I don't know. Yeah.
It's the start of a gradient. Can't make hay without raking the compost. Dimensions, fragmentum. The shards reconnect. You'll find you're not defined by the past they reflect. Leaving one world behind.
Now this game looks... My goodness, look at that. Bro, gaming has changed so much. So much.
At your back, you can keep it together. Look past the pieces and you'll see there's more adventure to seize. Don't believe it, then you're thinking one-dimensionally. So your world is on the brink of some nefarious scheme. Well, a rivet's what you need when things might tear at the seams.
I.
Oh dear. Ratchet, my Clank impression isn't good enough to carry an entire outro.
So we'll jump to the dimension where I do it. Thank you for watching.
Okay.
And a huge thanks to my amazing patrons and to the fantastic Freeced for featuring on this track. I'm moving house. Again, and this is the big move, so I'm taking a break from the huge videos and working on some smaller projects for a while.
Okay,
Don't worry,
nice.
I'll be back bigger than ever a little later this year. If you enjoyed the song, please check the playlist for more and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. Plus, there's a whole dimension of merch and other cool stuff over on the Stupendium store and Patreon.
First of all, definitely going to subscribe. Second of all, as I was saying throughout the video, this is his. Actually, no. Before I hop over and talk about the video a little bit, congratulations on the move. Nice, good job. As someone that's actually planning on moving next year, yeah, that's awesome to hear. That's awesome to hear. Now, it is warm. In case you're wondering why I'm sweating so much, it is extremely warm. Why I've got the windows open, and I usually never have the windows open when I'm recording because people are loud. And I don't know how much the microphone picks up, but oh well. We're kind of living with it right now. With that said, this one was strange. It was a strange one. Very much enjoyable. Very, very much enjoyable. But this one honestly felt like his most... I mean, radio-like hit song doesn't really cut it. But it felt like... it felt like a hip-hop song. A hip-hop song. I'm the worst person to describe what a hip hop song is like because quite frankly I don't really listen to the radio at all, and I haven't really listened to any like modern music in a long time. So I'm not the best person to describe it, but basically when I get the impression of okay, what is the kind of music that whenever I'm in a car, this is kind of like the music that I expect to hear. Whenever I turn up the radio, this kind of, unless I'm playing like my own playlist, this is kind of the kind of music that I expect to hear. It's very crazy that like not just him. Freeze as well, of course. I'm assuming Oxygen made the beat. That's my assumption right now. Because I was trying to listen out for all three of them, and I only managed to hear Freeced, I think. With Oxygen, I'm assuming making the beat. It's probably in the description. I'll have to take it in the description afterwards. But yeah, it's crazy that like both of them or all three of them, I guess, managed to make it sound like a modern hit song, rather than a. I don't want to say like the Stupendium songs usually are niche, but they usually have a very niche element to it, and they're usually very, very. What's the good way to phrasing it? Usually, I'm able to pick up a lot even without knowing the context. And this one, it felt like I wasn't able to too much from the words itself, but rather from the video. And I also felt like the song itself was very, very. This might come out as maybe an insult, or it might come out as a compliment. I don't know how it's gonna come out, but I felt like this one was very, very catchy. And the reason why I'm saying this might come out as an insult is because a lot of people, they don't want to be catchy. A lot of people obviously want to be catchy, and some people they really don't. So I don't know whether how that's gonna come across, but I felt like this one was very catchy. It was very the hook I think was done 3 times, maybe 4 times. I think 3 times. So we've heard the hook plenty of times, and that makes it stick in your mind a lot more. I feel like, and I might be wrong here, but I feel like we got a lot of story progression from the actual game in this verse, as in like we started, sort of in, okay, we're at the ceremony, he's being hailed as a hero, and then the rug quite literally was being pulled, under his feet, and he's suddenly in a different dimension where he is as a terrorist, and then we kind of like move on through that, and then at the end, like it's like, okay, we're here at the end of our journey, at the end of this game kind of thing. I might be completely off. Again, I have not played the game, so I'm just speculating here based on what I saw and based on what I heard. Yeah, very, very catchy, honestly. This is one, like, I don't have multiple playlists, but if I did have multiple playlists, this would go into the house party playlist kind of thing, or the I'm in the club, you know, like well, depending on what kind of club you're going to, I guess, but like it kind of that vibe where it's like, okay, it sounds like a good song to just like dance to, you know, everyone's there just like nodding their heads or something. That's kind of what this one feels like, right? And then it had the motivational quotes sprinkled in there as well. It's like, yeah, okay, this is exactly what people would listen to, you know, in a gathering, in a club or whatnot. So this is definitely what I feel. I feel it's a little bit different. Like, it's got a few songs like this. I want to say one of the Animal Crossing ones was like this as well, but I can't remember which one exactly because it's got so many Animal Crossing songs. But one of them is jumping out to my mind, you know, as like very, very party music as well, like being a party music as well. And that's kind of the thing that I always say about the Stupendium, is that he's got so many different styles of music. Like, some of them you would say are more pop, some of them are techno, some of them are much more R&B. So it's just got a very diverse, like the only real mainstay being that it's about video games. Like that's kind of what it feels like. Like, okay, this is just the songs and the genres are just very diverse. The only thing that's a constant is that it's about video games. And you know what? I'm here for that. With that said, though, I'm swaying. Like mad. It's warm. Like mad. And with that said, though, ladies and gentlemen, I will see all of you like mad in the next one. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out. And as always,